Today I'm going to teach you how to read lips per face reading and stuff, okay? When you see lips, the top is a representation of feminine and the bottom is masculine. So I have a pretty even balance between my masculine and my feminine. There is a lot protruding down the center, which means that I'm more dramatic. Which is true. Shut up. But anyways, so yeah, this is feminine, this is masculine. So a lot of the masculine and feminine traits can be accounted for both the top and the bottom lip. If I meet someone that has a top lip that is very small, I may not get along with them right away just because they're probably more reserved. If they have a small lip on top and if they have a small lip on bottom, even more so. Like, it's easy for me to talk to people, and people that have smaller lips are more reserved, which makes it a little harder for me to speak with them just because it's harder to get words out of them. It doesn't really flow. The conversation doesn't really flow. There you go. Okay, and then this Cupid's bow is really important. Right here, you see how it goes up and it stops right there? The length of the Cupid's bow actually has a lot to do with communication styles. So a lot of times you'll see people with this Cupid's bow part on top that protrudes all the way out to, like, let's say here, and then the rest of the lip goes down. That just means that they are incredible communicators. Incredible communicate. I dated a guy once that had that where it was like really, really long, like all the way up to here. And I am great at communicating. I can face read. I can do all these things. And I still lost every single argument. I still lost it. Why? Because excellent communicate. There was no way of me winning any argument. Like, it's just excellent communication skills. Something else that you can see is when you have a lip that protrudes down like this. There you go. Like this. It's so weird trying to make these shapes. When you have a lip that protrudes like this, you see how it's like dipped down here? It kind of looks like a duck. Anyways, you see that dip? When a person has that dip like that, they are very good at getting their way in communication. So they're good at manipulating the conversation into whatever format they want it to be. I've seen a lot of nice guys with that kind of, like, the dip. And also, like, I've seen, there was like a hypnotherapist that had that where it was like, damn, like, master manipulator and great communicator, but they were a hypnotherapist and they were using their assets for the greater good, if that makes sense. Okay, and I'm going to give you one last one for the lips. Above the Cupid's bow, you have these lines that connect to the top of the Cupid's bow. When those lines protrude out and they're very, very intense and visible, the more visible and intense they are, the more that person has felt wronged in their life. So, might have like a chip, like a shoulder chip. I forget the English as a second language. I forget the analogy. Shoulder chip. Chip on their shoulder. They might have a chip on their shoulder. Anyways, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Today's face reading lesson was on reading the lips. And again, my name is Anna Zena Macco. Bye.